All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Also, want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from. And peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Getting straight into it, man. Lord willing, the plot of this coming race war will thicken. All right. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all seen the videos. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know Yahweh Hashem Hawashai stirring things up. Came across this one.
Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information. Superior Court of...
Hey, what's up, guys? So many of you probably recall the reaction to the verdict on the O.J. Simpson trial, and many Black Americans today wanted that very same result for...
So what we're experiencing is a spirit of division that Yahweh Hashem Hawashai promised us was going to fall upon the earth, man. The Lord said in Matthew 24th chapter, nation shall rise against nation. Now we know the world war is coming, and the countries fighting other countries and things like that. But also, especially here in this melting pot of the different nationalities, man, you got all different type of nationalities here in the United States, which means you have a bunch of ideologies, okay, a bunch of thought processes that are getting ready to clash. And you got this for face value. He either look like a fucking Asian or a fucking white boy. All right, and he pissed off too. We pissed off even more. So go ahead and bring it on. We pray as the Lord's hopeful elect for the Lord to spare us from these things. We don't want to get caught up in it. We don't want to get carnal. But if the time ever comes that one of you punk motherfucker shall try to put your punk motherfucking hands on us, then may Yahweh Shema Shah immediately lift up a standard, and then we're gonna just get to it.
Carmelo.
Especially, I'm talking about you low level peons, not the elite that have your own people got you oppressed, dumbass. You so worried and obsessed about the black people. For the most part, yeah, there are incidents that have happened. One nation doing crime to another nation, but stop the bullshit. You know damn well that our people predominantly have committed crimes and atrocities against our own selves, man, via the crafty counsel of your people. Again, I don't know if this an Asian dude or a white dude, whoever he is, he's speaking crazy against the so-called black and brown people, which are the biblical Israelites.
Anthony. Yeah, the same kid who actually stabbed a 17-year-old Austin Mack.
And there's so much shit. The video, it's coming out now from Hype, the channel Hype News or Hype Comedy News or Hype. I think we got an H on it. Just look it up. But the father of that unalive Edomite posted a pretty lengthy video. It's down there 2 hours. I ain't finna listen to all that crap. But I'm looking at those comments, and whatever he said, it seemed to been him revealing and showing his horns, because I'm reading the comments on that video. Maybe I'll show it after this dude talks his shit, but it sounded like he was being blatantly like racist, and we'll get into that. But these people are obsessed with us. Half of them are love us and are obsessed with us and try to mimic us, and the rest of them are obsessed with us too, but they hate us. You know what I mean? So this is just prophecy coming to pass. Lord willing, this thing doesn't start down. Just speaking as a man of the Lord, trying to be all with just where time is at, man, where we're at in prophecy. It seems like all we need is a couple more incidents of some shit like this to really actually pop off this race war. We don't want it. Yahweh Hashem Hawashai does. And come to think about it, if that's what the Lord wants, then we want it too. So you go ahead and continue, white or Asian. Boy, we don't know what you is. You might be a Jake talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point of this epistle is that they're showing their horns to hate us. We ain't dealt with this since about the 60s. You know what I mean? Here we go again. You know, Jake been chilling since after the 60s and all that civil rights bullshit and that crafty council. You know what I mean? Now it's going back into that. They're cranking it back up, and they're going to go back from the spirit of the 60s to even, back to the 1700s to, back to ancient motherfucking Egypt. of hating and want to unalive every single one of us, putting out decrees to unalive and capture every single one of us. We're all about to be troubled, dude. It's just that Lord's hopeful elect have already attained the victory, even if they got to be put to death. All right. If we get put to death for the name of Yahweh Shema Shah, ain't nothing but some glory on the other end of that. But you 2/3, man, you get put to death out here, ain't nothing but some everlasting shame. So you might as well serve the Lord, because we all finna have to rock out anyway. You hear this crap on these people, and make no mistake about it, even in this truth, and I speak for every fucking brother in this thing of all, this shit pisses us off too. We just not gonna move carnally. When I said I've been speaking about this through the spirit, there's more than being an Israelite, so-called black and brown man, than the swagger shit or how good we can smash and all that old shit. Nah, man, there's something in us that I can't even explain that Yahweh Shema Shah has put on each and every one of us, even the wicked. All right, it's our connection to our damn captivity. It's our connection to the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You other nations, especially here in Babylon the Great, don't know nothing about that suffering. We finna eat y'all up, boy, when it comes to this suffering. Boy, you so-called white people, you so-called Asian people, y'all seem to be the top two talking shit right now. You know what I mean? And they went through nothing. These motherfuckers, I saw a little bit of what the dude, the unalive dude dad was saying, and he went to talking about why I had to get a funeral, this and that. Like, motherfucker, we have done this at the highest level this earth has ever seen, talking about funerals, mothers and fathers burying so-called black people unalive by other black people left and right. We're talking thousands upon thousands upon thousands. You got one incident and can't even handle it. We finna eat y'all up straight up.
Calf, all because
Now we do know that Jacob is going to be trouble. I'm just saying it's gonna be casualties on both sides. Yeah, Esau gonna come in like a madman. Yeah, the Lord gonna put the spirit. But the thing about it, you Edomites, especially you low level Edomites, y'all are very prideful and vain. Y'all don't, a lot of you niggas. Yeah, so what? I said that the other day. A lot of y'all niggas got them guns, but don't even really know how to use them. If you wasn't in the military or you wasn't out hunting, the hell with that fucking shooting at the range shit. I'm telling you, I was in special operations. I was in special forces, dude. I seen the shooting, bro. Most of the time, unless you like zeroing in, getting warmed up, man, motherfuckers is moving while they shooting at targets that are moving, or a combination of them both. So all that standing there shooting at target, thinking you come in with this pride, this puffed up spirit because of that blessing, the sword, nigga, you finna get ran over when you shot somebody. You know what I mean? Talking prideful like that. Jake shooting somebody every day. Try us. Straight up. Look at all the places where in Babylon the Great where our people live, and I guarantee you somebody getting shot this weekend. Corny ass nigga.
he was asked to leave a tent with
Matt, and the thing about it, what y'all hate us for, bro? Because again, they hate us because we ain't us, because we ain't even bother y'all folk like that.
he had absolutely no
Every nation has dregs of their nation. You fucking so-called Indians, man, you Elamite, you have a stereotype of being stinky people, right? Smelling like curry all the time. The stereotype of white people, you unalive, like, you know what I mean, on some mad shit. You mess with children, and these aren't stereotypes. And the thing about the stereotypes with our people, truth be told, we are fucked up like that, especially in relation to the 2/3. These stereotypes actually are rooted in truth, man. Everybody nation fucked up. That's why we need Yahweh Shema Yahweh Shah. Let's be honest. That's the part that's going to get you effed up, Esau. Is what we're talking about. It's the fact that you're not acknowledging your atrocities. You're not acknowledging what you did to us. You're not acknowledging that you're a weirdo. Or look, I mean, if Jay got watch, you know what I mean? If you go on like porno sites and you like riled up through the flesh, and you're, it gets real sick real fast. Don't ask me how I know, man, but you see what Esau's into. A whole bunch of incest videos be popping up and shit like that, man. What is wrong with y'all, bro? Y'all getting off the shit like that? That shows you their true nature. They're into incest and messing with children and animals and shit like that, man.
business to be in. So now you have all these black liberals just freaking out on social media, calling this whole trial an injustice and actually supporting this thug.
Now I'm gonna let the video play after this, but a lot of our people are coming in a spirit of ignorance and just speaking emotionally. I do believe that the bulk of them are actually concerned about the lack of acknowledgement of what truly happened that day. I don't know. I can't confirm nor deny. I ain't seen the video, and even if I did, how much shit can we believe nowadays that come on these videos via the AI and shit? But the whole point of why people are mad is that they are saying that there was some confrontation involved. They're saying they jumped on the boy, beat up the boy, what have you. Should Jake probably get some time? Dude, you know, you got to move wiser out there, Jake. You probably should have handled it a little bit differently. But for 35 years based, it's not like he just went up to somebody and that's how they trying to make it seem like Jake just got out his car and just went up to the white boy and lit him up. Nah, man, it seems to be, I can't confirm nor deny, but it seems like, they're teenagers, they was scrapping, and good and well, and based off of what that man's father was saying on that video that I'm mentioning, they was brought up to be racist. They was brought up to, and there was bullying. So that, they was bullying that boy straight up. Our people won't play that shit. You know exactly what was going on. He done went to that tent on some goddamn rivalry shit, okay? And the white boy talking shit, and it got racist. And you know how the white boys is when they get puffed up and they together, and it's only like one of you or something like that. Oh yeah, that it goes back to that ancient spirit. They still think, you know what I mean? You low level Edomites ain't shit, that we're their fucking property. Nah, we'll tell you who's the property. Esau, Edom, the so-called elites got you so-called white people as their property, dumbass, and finna mark your dumbass. Yeah, and finna unalive a lot of you people a whole bunch of a plethora of ways, man. You part of that number that was on the Georgia Guidestones as well, man. They gonna try to drop your numbers down as well. They have this inferiority complex. And it ain't just about like the rod, man. That's some low level shit. How do you think the white men are jealous because their women are coming our way? Nah, man, it's something way deeper. We don't know what we look like to these other nations, man. I can't stress that enough. Like how you wonder how adults look in the eyes of a baby or a dog. Like, and they say dogs are colorblind and shit like that. Man, how you know? You know what I'm saying? At least I'll be winging it. How you know? Like,
take a look at some of these video clips because these people are completely melting down.
You telling me a grainy video is shown to jurors, but it was shown in 4K clear to the people that witnessed it? No witness on that stand had that little man's back. None, 0 out of 21 people being questioned? Come on, man, I'm done with all of that. I feel the same way about white people, the same way they feel about my...
Eve is out of order. I love to see our women in this fiery spirit, concerned and standing up for their nation, though. I will say that, man.
People. Yeah, try one of us.
Okay, newsflash. It's not just white people. It's society. We are so sick and tired of you people. We are so...
There it is. He just let it be known. And, hey, man, the Lord got the prophets on the scene first and foremost saying that we sick of you people as well. We're glad that it finally came to this point. And I'm telling you, man, I pray it don't slow down because we have all been waiting. And nobody has been waiting more than the so-called black man versus the so-called white man. Here we go. The Lord is finna... Y'all just forgot. See, that's why the Lord put us on the scene to remind you so-called niggas. All right? The harshness of our reality, man, because you have received these benefits, man. They took crafty counsel against you Israelites and gave y'all contracts, man. They gave y'all 401ks, man, tax exemptions and things like that. Therefore, you forgot who your oppressor was. You forgot who your enemies were. Who that be? Every nation on this damn earth besides the Israelites. And then even within that, we understand there's a remnant of the nation of Israel, and there's a 2/3 of the nation, 66%, right? They're gonna be cut off and die because they will remain in wickedness, man. Want to side with the enemy.
Fatigue. We are so sick of the fact that we can't go to the park at night or that we can't take the train home from work in the late evening because we don't know what's lurking behind us. We don't want to get shot, stabbed, or killed. And it's crazy to think that as law-abiding citizens that we can't even enjoy the public amenities offered by our cities. And I'm not talking about black people here. I'm specifically talking about a subgroup.
Nah, he is. Shut up, nigga. Nah, he is. Just say it like you said it in the beginning, brother. But let's get a couple precepts and I'm going ahead and get up out of here. This is Matthew 5:13. Ye are the salt of the earth, referring to you Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, as well as you speckled birds, man, that don't actually look like the quote-unquote traditional black and brown man, Ye are the salt of the earth, meaning we're the flavor. So the people, the other nations see it. Again, we don't know how we look like to them because we are authentically that. Like, We authentically put that shit on. We authentically can make beats and music off the top of our dome. You motherfucking Edomites are just now catching up to Air Force Ones, Jordans, the way that we dress. You have no culture here. You're compromised because of the Israelites. Yeah, again, you old Israel, you old Edomites coming in that make America great again spirit. But this new generation, they're obsessed. They have no connection to that old ass KKK spirit of hating black folks. They are obsessed 100%. Where's the rock and roll music? Where's country? Remember CMT back in the day, that channel? What happened to all that, man? It's gone. The Israelites have taken over, and you white folks are completely compromised. So you're gonna have to pick a side here, for you. I'm talking about you Edomites that cleave onto our culture. All right, you rap, you say nigga. I'm talking about there's probably billions and billions of just natural videos, not a meme, of natural videos just throughout life of white people using the N-word casually, not saying nigger in an aggressive way, but calling each other nigga. White girls calling each other nigga. Straight up, what's up with that? You guys are obsessed. Where's your culture? Where's your slang? Where's your dress code? You have none, because we're the salt of the earth, meaning the flavor, and you guys are following and you're compromised. Once again, what are you going to do when this race war go ahead and come to its full strength? You're going to have to pick a side. And one, you're going to have to go back to your white family, Esau, Edom, for you Edomites that love us so much. Matter of fact, I was getting into going back into that salt of the earth. Here's the starting lineup for the Antonio Spurs. All black, so-called, man. All black. And I'm gonna show you the crowds in these places. Jay can't really afford them type of tickets in there. The people who be up in there in them crowds predominantly is white people. What the fuck are you saying? Which one is it, Esau Edom? Do you love us and obsess with us and want to, watch us do everything? Or do you want to unalive us because y'all are going to have to pick a side? I want y'all to stop cleaving unto us, you punk ass lying motherfuckers. Like, stop going to the basketball games. That means you and your descendants. We don't want to see now one so-called white person watching us bounce no damn ball up and down the football field. Stop supporting everything that we do. Stop listening to rap music. Stop listening to R&B music. Stop doing all our fucking dances. Stop talking like us. If you hate us so much, homeboy, take that ball cap off, homeboy. You know we made them ball caps fashionable, homeboy. Y'all was wearing that in the name of the baseball game, nigga. We made it fashionable. Now take that baseball cap off, goofball. We did that. This is the New York Knicks starting lineup. All black, so-called. What are we talking about, Esau? Hold on, G. There we go. Just random clips, right? Just random clips through the spirit. Fans broke out into song after Knicks won the game. Look at the motherfucking crowd. I just showed you that it's 10 on the starting lineup. There's 10 niggas, all right, that you guys are paying thousands of dollars. Because I heard about the price of some of them tickets. Boy, $7,000. $7,000. Boy, stop. All right, but you see this crowd, and it's I guarantee you about like 80% of so-called white people that spend their hard-earned money to watch our people sing, dance, jump, act, all that shit. They're obsessed, have sex, right? They're obsessed with that part. You know what I'm saying? That shit wicked and all, but they're obsessed with us. And you do know that, and I say it's deeper than that, than the whole BBC thing that the white girls are saying. Man, we didn't come get y'all women. The Lord put the spirit on the white women to desire us for whatever the reason is, and you know good and damn well that that's a huge reason why the white boys is pissed off. I don't care. We don't really want your woman, shawty. Like, for real. The only reason why we ever with y'all, we're men, so we do find women of all nations, if they do look good, desirable, and things like that. But the real reason why we messing with y'all is because our women are effed up, man. We ain't gonna be thinking about no Edomite women. Trust me, when our sisters are changed into their perfect state, man. You know what I mean? They gonna, you know what I mean? We're going to blow them away. They're going to blow us away with how beautiful the Lord makes us, man. We're going to be thinking about no damn Edomite in that day. We're saying that because we're hurt. Or we'll, you know what I mean? And, we deal with Edomite women if the Lord permits and things like that. Apostle Rahar going to that a lot. He love it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the whole point being, they're obsessed with us. Like, do y'all hate us? And again, you're going to have to pick sides. Every last one of you motherfucking Edomites out here that's praising us for what we did, putting that ball through the hoop the way that we do it via the salt, you're going to have to go against us or be with us, which means you're going to have to get out here unaliving some of your own people on our side. Which one are you going to really do? You got families, generations, grandmama, great grandmother, all Edomites. And your generation, yeah, you rap and hip hopped out. But when it comes time to pick a side, because that's what this epistle really all about, it's time to pick a side. Hey, for us, we're going to choose to serve Yahweh Hashem Hawashai. That's our side. 2/3, they going to pick the side of the black and brown people. That's their side. Hey, you white folks, what you going to do? And it's you white folks and you Chinese people the most, because y'all all you especially the Moab, boy. You want the benefits of the white people, but you want the salt of the blacks, man. Y'all do the same thing. Especially you see all over the world. And some of them are jakes, but some of them are not. All right, it's not that hard, bro. To learn how to dance, especially with Moab, them some intelligent people. They can understand rhythms and things. That's why you see them fucking break dancing and shit to this very day all time. They be getting down. We ain't talking about them Moabites. They don't be doing like the twerk and shit. They be getting down on some old back in the day. You got Sir type of dancing, man. All that old shit. Whole point is we the salt of the earth. Look at this. But don't nobody say nothing about them when they get together and they tear up the streets in the name of a game and stuff like that. Come on, bro. Every nation is effed up. We have dregs of every nation. Once again, it's Esau's lack of accountability about his own shit, which is finna get him fucked up. It's cool. Talk about our people. They deserve it. We are fucked up. We have, earned this stereotype. But guess what, Esau? You have too. You're around here throwing rocks and shit and hiding, man. All right? You have your own effed up shit about your nation. And guess what? Every nation that isn't white, so-called, knows what it is. I just named some. The whole children. You got a whole island, right? To mess with children. And the Lord himself has revealed that unto the earth. And you want to talk about us. But if Matthew 5:13, ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savor, which it has, because we're using our salt, that flavor, for wickedness. Our women are using their beauty, their curves, for whoredoms, you see? Our young men are using their warrior tribal mentality, you know what I mean, to unalive each other instead of our enemy. You see? It's lost the savor. But still, in its weakness, in its not full strength, somehow, some way, you Edomites, you Moabites still seem to follow us in our captivity. How pathetic are you? Dude, you can say what you want. We have completely taken over this shit. Other than the real stuff. When it comes to folly though, Jake is, come on, man. Best at acting, best comedians, best athletes, man. Come on, man. It is dense for good for nothing. It's going into the 2/3, really. That's why they're going to be cut off and die. But to be cast out, there it is. And to be trodden down underfoot of men, there it is, man. Now we can go on and go on, man. I mean, ye are the light of the world, going into a Yahweh Shema Hawashai, the Lord's hopeful elect. And we're being a light, starting with, that remnant, being a light unto the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. This truth can't be hid. The purpose, of this thing of ours can't be hid, man. We're calling it out, and a prophecy. These things that man speaking is prophetic. Oh, we're tired. We're sick and tired. Everybody's sick and tired of everybody, because this earth is under wicked rulership. Everybody's tired. Nothing's the way it's supposed to be. Everybody's just fronting. The white folks is friend, black folks is friend. We're all truly miserable, and the Lord is getting ready to make that known upon every single person, how miserable this rulership is under this wicked, insane, weak-ass, effeminate, compromised man. Let's go to the book of Genesis. Whoa, we done started way in the beginning of the book. You err not knowing the scriptures, right? Genesis 27:41. And Esau, that's the so-called white man who had that mark upon him. Remember Cain? It goes back. They're the same lineage, man. Same bloodline. And that mark, man, that was the lack of melanin. Every other nation on the earth had melanin, all right? This is the only guy. And then when we finally saw this guy walking on the earth, he looked way, way different than everybody. That was that mark. You stood out like a sore thumb, man. So this the so-called white people, Esau, Edom. And Esau, Edom hated Jacob because of the blessing. You are not knowing the scriptures of the giving, for lack of better words, of the blessings to Isaac's son, Esau and Jacob. He gave them two different type of blessings, man. Esau was jealous that the promise was given to us via, Isaac. So he hated Jacob because of that. And we see the manifestation of that hatred this very day. Because truly, like I mentioned, we don't know how we look like to the other nations via that salt. They see something in us, and it ain't just the play folly shit. There's something deep spiritual in us that they can see. Even first and foremost, the hopeful elect for damn sure, but even our 2/3, man, when they acting right for sure, when 2/3, when Eve is actually dressing with some class about herself, when our men are standing up and just just being men, we can't be effed with. Just like sports and folly, they know they can't hang with us at our best when we turned on that basketball court or what have you. What are y'all doing, you Edomites? But complaining about prophecy. But again, Esau hated Jacob because of his blessing, wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So Esau just plotting already. He already damn near mad at his father, so he don't care about him leaving the earth. And he's thinking, shit, as soon as Pops leave, I'm going to get on Jake's ass. And that's the same spirit that Esau coming in. Remember, the scriptures speak about this man being a cunning hunter. He wants to hunt us. He is upset. The Lord is not a man that he shall lie. He thinks it's a sport to this man, right? To hunt black and brown people. It's sick. He's sick. And this is just prophecy. And for you weak ass people out there, weak, effeminate men, women and children, this is the part of the Bible that y'all don't want to deal with because it sucks. You don't want to revisit the 60s, man. You don't want to revisit the 1700s, man, 1800s. You don't want to revisit getting the strange fruit. Remember that song that was about us? And there's accounts here left and right here in these last days. Are they bringing that back? Some Jake was hung in a tree somewhere, I forgot, here recently. Then another one was hung somewhere else here recently. It's so much stuff going on, we can't keep up. But these nigga who man, come on, man, it's finna be a mess. So we just gotta continue to trust in Yahweh Hashem Hawashai, cause this danger will get close, man. And you gonna have to trust in the Lord. The Lord gonna lift up a standard in that day, man. And for real, man. Remember, I'm just talking specifically about the race wars. That's not all we're up against. Man, these tornadoes are going crazy throughout Babylon the Great. Before I did this epistle, I saw a brother giving a testimony in Indiana. They was caught up in that shit. The wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai, they good. His testimony was, we just survived a tornado. I'm talking about, check it out. He just did a video on that. Hey, the Lord is sending judgments left and right. So, the race wars, Esau, Edom, Moab, them two for damn sure are the top ones we gotta worry about. Hammer try to get in there. They ain't talking about nothing because they ain't deep like that in Babylon the Great, man. But definitely Esau and Moab, they gonna want to unalive us. They so jealous. Matthew 24 and 7 or 6, and these are the things that precede the Lord's second coming. Matthew 24 and 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And we see that now, week in, week out. They say there's attacks in Iran, and then they say ceasefire. I just heard them say that, oh, we're having another ceasefire by Saturday. And then come Monday, they're fighting again. It's just pathetic at this point. We rather y'all just shut the hell up, man, because it's making y'all look very incompetent. Just shut up, man. And just do whatever y'all doing out there and stop week in, week out changing the narrative. For all these things, see that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. So this is a necessity that these things come to pass, but the end is not yet. Let's see. For nation shall rise against nation. We're in this time, brothers. All right, where nation is rising against nation, here in Babylon the Great especially, and kingdom against kingdom, man. All right, and there shall be famines, famine of hearing the word, famine of food, and pestilences, and earthquakes, and not only earthquakes, but that's going into any type of tempest, tsunamis, tornadoes, just strong ass storms, electrical storms where the lightning is very, very high, you know what I mean, and it's striking stuff. These are the terrors of the Lord, man. All right, this is what we're warning our people to come, and it's happening right before our eyes. Guess what the Lord said about these things, though? All these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is just the beginning. This whole race war, it got to crank up to the point where one people lining up on one side, one people on the other. The thing about this, Esau Edom, where you messed up was you let Jake get the sword, man. But there goes the draconian light measures. There goes the enemy coming in like a madman, sparing none. Shall it get to that point? And it is going to get to that point. They'll probably make some laws. Remember it said in Daniel, he shall seek, what is it, Daniel? Let me see. Off the top of my dome. Daniel 7:25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And we're experiencing that exhaustion now, but it's definitely going to come into a spirit of exhaustion, which is going to lead us to our last performance of crying out to Yahweh Shema Shai via the persecution. That's going to be us completely exhausted. And think to change times and laws. So yeah, man, they'll come with draconian like measures, and then it's just gonna get ugly from there, man. And that's the naive spirit of these people. They always hollering about the Constitution, etc. I'm trying to tell y'all through this Bible that your own people are just gonna change the law, dummy. And then what you gonna do, Esau? You've made the black people your enemy through the spirit. You could have been dealt decently with us, like that. That's what our law teaches. We strive to be decently with all men. You know what I mean? What y'all gonna do when you find out? I'm talking about you Edomites, low level. When you find out that your own people are oppressing you, and you got a war with the rest of the nations on the earth, what you gonna do? You're gonna find yourself surrounded. You're surrounded now through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. It's gonna manifest physically. Ultimately, when Yahweh come back, man, you're definitely gonna be surrounded, and you're gonna see it. And you're going into captivity ASAP. My brothers are going through this all the time, especially the elders and apostles. They can't wait. We some young lions, man. We're going to get on y'all ass, though. Hey, with that, man, just keep the faith, because this race war could, pop off. But for damn sure, a couple more events, I figure, man, if ever one of these unalivings happens to a little girl, oh, man. A little so-called black girl, especially a Judah girl. Oh man, and the people are so ready to riot. It ain't even funny. The youth is ready. They do it for fun. You don't get in groups and mob and shit and tell shit up. They do it in the name of fun. We just saw the white people doing it in groups and mob in the name of folly, tearing shit up. They got videos and shit of what I believe it was over 50. I know they had said in that news report, people that got arrested, and most of them people was white folks celebrating, tearing shit up in the name of folly, a basketball game. How much more during a race war, during a time of famine, during a time of world war? It's gonna be a mess, and the Lord promised us, because He said, this is gonna be a time like the earth has never seen before. So with that, Shalom.